What's up everyone and welcome back to the City Insider. Today let's get started with Klopp sends Man City warning. Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp has sent a message to his players ahead of their Premier League clash with Arsenal this weekend. Shall I go to the boys in the dressing room and say, if we win against Arsenal, we are 8 points between us and them. Everybody knows that, said Klopp. If we lose, we are still 2 points ahead. If City win their game in hand as it stands, but then City are the big winner of a game they are not even involved in. Of course I want to win the league, but here are so many games between now and then. Erling Holland has revealed his cheat meal. As we all know, footballers are kept in top condition by a team of nutritionists who design their meals for their own needs. However, Holland has revealed his favorite cheat meal. Speaking to City via Eurofoot, Holland said, "If I cheat, I eat kebab, you know. Kebab pizza is my favorite thing. I love it. It's so good, me and my brother, if we buy it, we're like hyping each other up, eating as much as possible." Holland previously spoke about his love for kebabs during an interview with former Manchester United defender Gary Neville. Police suspect overseas gang involved in raid of Jack Grealish's home. According to a new report from the Sun newspaper, police investigating a raid on the home of Jack Grealish last month now suspect that an overseas gang was involved, with zero leads on the break-in despite exhaustive inquiries. The assault on the property of the Manchester City forward took place while the England international was in action for Pep Guardiola's side during a 1-3 away victory against Everton towards the end of last month. Report at the time stated that family members of Grealish were inside the property at the time, sitting down to watch him in action for the reigning Premier League champions at the home only recently purchased by the footballer. Guardiola pinpoints exceptional threat Man City face versus Brentford. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has praised Brentford's exceptional Ivan Toney ahead of their match on Monday. Toney, who scored twice against City last season, is back in action after an 8-month ban for breaking betting rules. The City boss expressed his happiness at the striker return after his long absence. He said, "I'm so happy he is back and hopefully that period is forgotten in his life and for his family. Exceptional players always are more than welcome in the Premier League. He's an exceptional player, not just with the long balls, with keeping the ball and set pieces, with the penalties as a guarantee. For many things they can link with him and he's an extraordinary player." Brentford beat champions City twice in the Premier League last season, so Guardiola sees them as a serious threat as City aim to continue their winning streak. Kevin De Bruyne sends warning to Man City Premier League title rivals. Manchester City eased to a 3-1 win over Burnley in the Premier League on Wednesday night to make it 8 wins in a row in all competitions. "I think it's really good," said De Bruyne, who helped Julian Alvarez score 2 goals in the easy win over Burnley at the Etihad Stadium. De Bruyne said, "I just think there is that feeling that whenever we lose a game, we're falling too far behind. And it's the same in the cup competitions. If you lose, you're out. So I think we're in a good moment. People are coming back, but we don't get complacent." Alvarez's double showed how the Argentinian has shone this season, when required to fill the shoes of effective players like De Bruyne and Holland. De Bruyne stated, "He's been really good. I think he's played a lot in the midfield this year and that's not really his position, but he did a great job because obviously we had a lot of injuries. He's been banging in goals, giving assists, so he's probably happy. He's doing really good." Fabrizio Romano clears up Erling Holland's situation. Pep Guardiola was asked about reports in Spain suggesting that Erling Holland is struggling at Manchester City during his press conference on Friday, and Fabrizio Romano has cleared up the superstar's situation. The Man City coach played down the reports and said that the Manchester club don't have the feeling that their striker is unhappy, before jokingly suggesting that maybe the media in Madrid have more information than us. The Norway international has been linked to Real Madrid for some time now, but according to Fabrizio Romano, the 23-year-old is still very happy in Manchester and is not thinking of leaving anytime soon. Writing in his latest exclusive column for Court Offside, Romano has stated that there has been no change in Holland's situation at Man City. The transfer expert said, "I'm not aware of anything about Holland being unhappy, sad, or whatever in Manchester. The situation remains the same as always. The player is enjoying his time at the Premier League champions working under a top coach like Pep Guardiola. There have been no changes in his situation." These reports seem to be a very clear attempt from the media in Madrid to unsettle the Norwegian player, as they would love to have the Man City star at the Bernabeu in the future. City could make double transfer swoop this summer. Though it was a typically quiet January at the Etihad Stadium, the only major piece of business was Calvin Phillips' loan move to West Ham. The Premier League champions are reportedly plotting two blockbuster summer moves. According to The Athletic, City could attempt to sign both Joshua Kimmich and Jamal Musiala from Bayern Munich. City bosses are big admirers of Kimmich, especially as Guardiola worked with the German midfielder during his 3-year spell in charge of Bayern, although City sources played down the idea of a move for Kimmich in January, wrote The Athletic's City correspondent Sam Lee. The Athletic understands a summer move is a different matter. When Guardiola was linked with a return to Bayern back in 2019-20, Kimmich admitted that he would love to work with the Spaniard again. Over his managerial career, Guardiola has tended to avoid plundering his former clubs for players, although doing so is not impossible if the player wants to leave. Lionel Messi came very close to joining City in 2020 after saying he wanted to leave Barcelona, and the same could happen if Kimmich tells Bayern he wants out. City would also entertain the idea of signing 20-year-old attacking midfielder Musiala, who is yet to extend his contract in Bavaria beyond the current 2026 expiration. However, according to The Athletic, Guardiola and City's director of football Txiki Begiristin are prioritizing other positions to strengthen. Next season will be the final of Kimmich's current contract, and his ability to play both at right back and in holding midfield makes him extremely appealing to Guardiola. And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me.